dressing room for the WBO lightweight title. You both know exactly what I expect. Please give me a good, hard, clean fight. Obey my commands and protect yourself at all times. Touch gloves. Good luck to both of you.
And that was the most raucous crowd of the year. Also has thicker thighs.
One good punch, Crawford.
Yeah, stronger Terrence Crawford.
Ended early when he broke both hands in a fight in Detroit.
In around one in that far corner.
Makes it tough to corner him because Beltran did a decent job of cutting off the ring, and right before he was going to beat Crawford to the spot, Crawford just turned into a southpaw and got out the other way.
Those guys, though, don't seem quite as effective from the opposite side as...
Here you see Beltran stepping with Crawford. Crawford's a really tough guy, a mean little guy in there. He can make adjustments as the fight goes on.
Don't punch.
Beltran gets in a jab.
You can see
Beltran quite accustomed to standing against a southpaw stance after years as Manny Pacquiao's primary sparring partner.
Crawford is obviously winning the rounds, but Beltran is able to land cleanly here and there. And Beltran can crack.
Crawford showed against Gamboa. He's got a pretty good beard.
Good head movement, and he's avoiding a lot of good head shots.
Hard right hand by Beltran. Best shot of the fight for Beltran, and he did exactly what Max talked about, stepping with Crawford and firing on.
That's what makes Crawford's one of the things that makes him so tough. His fighting spirit. He's a tough guy. People have a tendency to look at boxers. After all, why are they boxing? Why are they careful? But Crawford is a tough guy.
Landed a straight left hand. Beltran had a big moment in this round, but Crawford answered it.
Point. I thought Beltran's shot was better than Crawford's, but clearly Crawford hurt Beltran with his worse than the other way around.
Competitive spirit that you spoke about earlier.
And when Beltran hit Crawford, Crawford didn't back up. But he's a smart guy, very experienced guy, and he knows better than anybody else when he should defend and when he should offend Beltran.
Psychological, in other words.
Yeah, that's just the type of guy Terrence Crawford seems to be.
I'll take your confidence away.
Exactly.
Crawford stepping up the pace, getting busier here in round 4. Crawford starting to feel it. He thinks he's got Beltran where he wants him. Catching Beltran coming in, then firing the jab from long range. Double jab again for Crawford. A routine unanimous decision.
He is cruising, but he's got to be careful because, as I said, Beltran has showed the ability to hit him on the button, and you know, one of those big right hands lands right on the button, and I don't care how good your chin is, you got to go.
And Beltran just landed a pretty good hook to the head of Crawford. May have been to the back of the head, but it probably was his best punch.
That was the most spirited rally in a while for Ray Beltran, and Crawford is going to try to blunt it right now.
And Crawford was rocked by Gamboa right before he himself scored the knockout.
And Beltran's corner realizing that if he ever has a chance, he's going to take it out before he gets too worn down. Good body, good hand speed, good power of both hands. Very difficult task for anybody to deal with.
Him up, turns him around, he's back in the middle of the ring.
And the problem with that is when Crawford takes that step with him, he doesn't punch. Not Crawford, I mean Beltran.
Right.
He doesn't punch when he gets close to him. He walks right up on him and allows Crawford just to grab.
Or else slide away.
He's got Crawford in the corner, lands a left hook, tries a right hand.
Oh, that's pretty boxing.
Straight left hand by Crawford.
Don't punch. I got it.
Inside. wasn't there long enough to do real damage.
Facing here is that while he has shown the ability to hit Crawford with a clean shot, and Beltran can punch, Crawford, like most good defensive fighters, is very hard to hit with more than one punch at a time. No, that's right.
That makes it very difficult against a guy with the multiplicity of talents that Terrence Crawford brings to the ring.
He's a hard contender. He needs to be great on a night like this to beat a guy like Crawford.
Beltran landed a hard right hand. Crawford came back with a shot to the belly. And 3 big jabs, and Beltran lands another right hand. Beltran seems to have finally discovered that the straight right hand will work against the southpaw stance.
Well, not only that it'll work, but he got to continue to attack. He can't just walk there and...
A little bit, as Beltran manages to threaten Crawford a couple of times.
I just don't think it's his nature to be a fiery kind of fighter.
Beltran went about 30 seconds without throwing a punch.
Because when a guy like Beltran is supposed to be the shorter, more powerful guy, and the tall guy starts to stalk you as though he doesn't care, has no respect for your power, it's very disturbing to you mentally.
Straight left down the pipe for Crawford, landed right on Beltran's mouth.
It's almost like Crawford said, okay, you don't want to stalk me like you should? Well, I'll stalk you. How about that?
And the more confident person you'll seldom meet. When he was given the chance to fight Greatest Prescott, apprehensive. I'm not sure this is a good idea. Crawford said, Cameron, calm down. I'm going to win the fight.
That was a good overhand right by Beltran.
Whole round spent in the southpaw stance.
Now Beltran forcing a little faster pace. Yeah, you get the feeling that Beltran beats most lightweights in the world tonight, but that Crawford isn't one of them.
And don't think Beltran can't do that. Just Crawford is not going to give him the opportunity, I don't think.
Hands free, guys.
And the question is now, Crawford keeps doing this.
Hard left hand by Beltran. Landed it again.
Success in spots here. But if Crawford keeps doing this, is he the fighter of the year?
Well, he's certainly a candidate for it coming into the fight. And there have been some other guys who had big years, notably Sergey Kovalev. But this would be Crawford's 3rd win of the year if he can collect it, and all have been significant as compared to all others. That's it.
That's where the term comes from. It ain't over until it's over.
Nelson's a pretty good referee. Calls that a slip rather than a knockdown. CompuBox numbers at the bottom of the screen show you that Terrence Crawford has landed more than twice as many punches as Ray Beltran in the fight. Being particularly dominant out of this southpaw stance. Double jab, body shot, left, lead upstairs, into the conventional stance, corners Beltran. Crawford brings the crowd out of there.
I mean, he's getting hit anyway. Why not get close to where at least you can hit back? At this distance, he can't even make contact back with Crawford because he's too far away.
I think Crawford hits just hard enough.
And in case you're wondering why he might be so interested in moving to 140 pounds, he's promoted by Top Rank, and Freddie Roach has made it clear that he wants Manny Pacquiao to move back to 140. That's a giant economic opportunity.
And could be a very interesting fight.
Another good rally for Beltran.
He stops. He's right there. He's not throwing enough punches right there. That's where he wants to be at, but he's not throwing 1-2 punches.
And Crawford, as always, fights back after he's touched. That's another thing about Terrence. Such a fighter.
Yeah, he won't let you take the play away from him.
Never. Backing Beltran up.
Don't want to give up a knockout. Being foolish.
5 seconds.
One more try for a big shot. And the closing bell.
After 12 rounds, we go to the scorecards. Cesar Ramos and Adelaide Bird both have it 119-109. Bill Lurch scores at 120 to 108. All three scores go to the winner by unanimous decision.